Morning.
Flames secure a spot in the CUSA football championship game last week with a win over Western Kentucky, and have a chance to get home field advantage with a win over Louisiana Tech on Saturday. Give us a little bit of your thoughts on the final the game last week and the upcoming game this upcoming weekend.
Yeah, thankful for obviously the victory. It's never easy to win on the road. Obviously, they've got a good team and a huge tradition. I thought defensively we played really well for 3 quarters, and then obviously had some breakdowns there in the fourth. But offensively, after the first, going in there in the second quarter, I thought we got a beat on what we wanted to do and really played well from the second quarter on. Took care of the ball and handled the line of scrimmage. I was pleased with the win, and it's great to know you get the opportunity to play for a championship, but we want to obviously have a great chance to host it. And so it was much needed break that we had. Those 4 weeks in a row, especially the quick turnaround on the Jack State week. Our guys were tired and a little wore out, so it was good to have a mini open day here and get ready for a good La Tech team. That we know they're very capable. They got good players on offense and defense, and they're playing for bowl eligibility, so they're hungry. And so I hope that our guys, our mindset, that we're not satisfied where we're at.
Is that a good thing to have in front of you each week, where you have a new thing to play for, so to speak? I mean, I know you approach every week as a championship week anyway, but last week it was getting to the championship game. Now it's hosting it. You having something different each week.
Well, I do think it helps. Motivation, your why is always challenged every week. There's outside noise. You should win this. Oh, you're favored by this. There's all these different things that distract your team from the task at hand. And anytime that you can, as a coach, allow them to focus on something specific, I think it helps because everybody's pulling in different directions. And so we know that we have an opportunity to, if we can take care of our business and handle the games that we have in front of us, we know that we can play for a championship at our home field, which is huge. And so I know our team obviously enjoys playing at home, and having that out there is a big deal. And so it's something that our team's aware of and that we've stated.
It's obviously your first year here, and a lot of the players' first year too. But Liberty struggled to kind of close out seasons last couple of years, November particularly. Do you at all address that? How do you handle that to try to make sure the team stays focused to try to close the season strong?
We have talked about that. We're 1-6 the last 2 years in the month of November, and so we brought it up and stated that. Actually, the team brought it to me. Some of them brought it to me. Some of the guys that have been here, and so everything that we've done, everything that from a practice, from a preparation, from off-season training is for November. I had an AD that used to tell me November for championships, September's for pretenders, October's for contenders, and November's for championships. And so that's important that you're able to finish strong in the month of November, and we have everything in front of us. And so we've not dwelled on it, but we're definitely aware of it, and that we're going to practice and we're going to get stronger in the month of November. That's the mindset. So I think you want to look back, you don't want to dwell on the past, but you definitely want to learn from it and why it happened. And there's always different circumstances. Obviously, I wasn't here for them all, but we're part of that now. And that's what I said, is we're part of that. So we want to make sure that we can erase that narrative.
With a little extra time off, health-wise, anybody you're able to get back? Like, how would you assess where you guys are just in terms of injuries?
I think we'll be able to get EJ Smoot back. He's missed the last couple. Had an injury. I think that the off-time helped him back. There'll be a couple that, depending on how the week goes, maybe they get cleared, maybe they don't. I think probably more realistically, we're probably looking at another week or so, for those guys. Elijah Hopkins, Larry Jones, guys that have been playing, that have been out a little while. What you hope happens is the ones that were banged up a little bit, they're still playing. That extra time, helps them get back. And so we've still got, so there's probably 2 or 3 guys that we'd love to get back that would help us. And they're working hard to do that. But I can't sit here and say today they're going to be back. They will be at some point, but not they'll be this week.
Some of those guys like a Vaughn Blue or maybe a Brendan, Schlittler.
Yeah, they're still ways away. Vaughn's going to be cleared here soon for activity to be able to do some things non-contact. And so, once he's cleared, then you got to get him back in game shape, and then you have to honestly. Then he's played 3 games. Then you have to think, all right, do you go above 4 and break his red shirt? So there's a lot that goes into that. We'll obviously discuss that with him, and so we'll sort of see how he is. But I think with him specifically, you have to throw that in there a little bit and see, what's best for the team, but mostly what's best for him in his long term. And so we got to be smart on that. And Brandon's working hard. I think we're probably still, 3 weeks or so maybe out from that, and then he's got to get in game shape too. So it's a challenge.
With Louisiana Tech, what's stood out to you as you look at them? I know past defense numbers look really good. I know they've had some questions at quarterback with some injuries and things, but what have you been able to assess given those circumstances?
Well, I would say one, if you look at their scores, with the exception of really SMU, I mean, every game they've won or they've had a chance to win. It's been close games. I think they have some explosive players on offense. The injuries have caused them some issues, quarterback wise, but they've got some explosive players. They're phenomenal on special teams. Kick return, punt return, smoke carriers is tremendous, and it's our biggest challenge today from a special team standpoint. And I think defensively, they've got a couple of guys that can lock you down from a corner standpoint, and then they're really good in the box. It's one of the better defenses that we've seen this year, and we're going to have to have a really good plan to try to execute, because they can get after the passer, but they really do a good job of covering. They really do, and they're not giving up many. I had their stats, but I forgot it. But I think they're top 20 in the country from a pass defense standpoint. And so that's hard to do in this league because a lot of people throw it. And so they do a tremendous job there. Got a lot of respect for their coach Cummey and how they play and they compete. And every game they've been in, and as I said, they've got 3 games to get bowl eligibility, and this is his second year. And so they're going to be ready to play. And, we're going to have to come ready to go. And if we can't take anybody like that. We're not good enough to do that. So we got to play well to try to win.
You mentioned Smoke Harris. He's also a dynamite, returner, especially punt returner. And Max has struggled a little bit the last couple of weeks. How much does that worry you going into this game? And are there some things you try to do to keep the ball away from him?
Well, he's tremendous. And so we've not – that's not been our punt team has not been our best attribute the last couple of years we're protecting, but from maybe a kicking standpoint, we've not played up to our ability there. And so it is a challenge, and it is something that you have to prepare for, because he can change the game, and the thing with him, he's going to – it don't matter who's around him, he's going to catch it, make people miss. There's videos where he's running through tackles left and right, and so we'll have to have a good plan there, because he can change a game. And then their kick return, and he also does kick return as well. They do a nice job with that, and so we're going to have to have a good plan and be smart about what we do, when we do it, and why we do it.
You faced a couple of good passing quarterbacks the last 2 weeks. How does the Bachmeyer kid compare to maybe the last couple of quarterbacks you've seen?
They're all right up there. He's really good. He's got good players to throw to, and their scheme's good. And our biggest thing is, we got to tackle better. I think you can try to slow down a quarterback. You're not going to stop. Hank. They're good. They got good. You're not going to stop them, but you got to try to slow down. And part of we got to tackle better, and then not allow them to extend drives, right? And he's the type that, both of them, but they're the type that if we miss tackles here or there, they got guys that can take it the distance. And I think that's our biggest area of improvement from a defensive standpoint, is getting the guys on the ground and not letting them get the extra yards that converts a third down, or we could put them in second and long, and now they're in a third manageable. And so we're going to have to do a good job of trying to affect him in different ways, whether that's blitzing or doing something, because if we let him just sit back there, we're going to be in trouble.
How much?
You talked about wanting to finish strong and host a championship game. That you win this game, it's the best start in school history, 9-0. How much do you talk about those things? How much are you paying attention as well tonight when those top 25 rankings come out, and just some of the things that maybe are beyond your control in some ways, but it's still something to look at and play for? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, mostly for us, we've talked about we want to obviously have a chance to host the championship game, and we put ourselves in a position. And the rest of it is really just noise. It's out of our control, and I think that takes your focus away from what you can control. And so we talked about that yesterday in our meeting, or Sunday in our meeting, that our word for this week is vigilant. And word vigilant means you got to be keenly aware and alert. And tonight, whether you're not ranked or ranked, people are going to say you should be or you shouldn't be, this, that, and the other. Oh, you should win all these games, you should do this or that. It just takes us away from things that we can control. And the main thing for us is I'm not brought up, oh, we can be 9-0. I don't know what our best start is. It's not about me. It's about our players. It's more putting them in the best position to be successful. So can we be vigilant in our thought process and our mindset to control what we can? Because the rest of the stuff takes you away from it. Social media takes you away from it. And it's hard in today's age. We are a good team trying to be great. Everybody else tells us we're great. We're not. We're a good team that's trying to be great. We have to be great by the way we prepare, our mindset, and the way we approach it. So that's been our main focus. The rest of that stuff, if we take care of business, we can talk about it when we take care of business. But until then, it doesn't help us personally.
Your secondary's had a great year, and you have a lot of young talent back there. But how much does the leadership and the character of a guy like Quinn Reese really shape that group back there? And how much of an impact have you seen just his character as a whole have on that group?
Well, one, I think he's a tremendous young man, and anytime you have somebody that's played the way he has over the last few years, that has strong character, he can ride the highs and lows, right? And we've had a lot of highs, and we've had some lows, and then he's able to keep some guys on that just even keel, which is a big deal. Coaches try to keep players on even keels all the time because it's such an emotional game, and to have somebody that's been through it that has great wisdom, also has a voice that people listen to. It's great to have young men like that people look up to. And our secondaries had, obviously with the interceptions and things, have done tremendous. And a lot of those guys have been playing a lot of snaps for really the first time quite a bit. And so, but he's been a key cog in as far as helping the safety room specifically, but just in general, the whole, the defensive guys there stay on course.
Come out of the midweek games in October, obviously 4-0 in those games, but now you adjust back to that Saturday schedule. Is a good thing to get back to more of a normal routine, and then also could be a good homecoming crowd this Saturday as well.
Yeah, I mean, since we went 4 weeks in a row, what's routine, right? And I think, from a player standpoint, you're back into what's normal, but it won't feel normal for a while. So I think it'll be. I know our guys are excited about it. From a coaching standpoint, we're getting back used to it, and so. But the Tuesday, Thursday games are great for us and great for our program, so we're thankful for that. And we are looking forward to homecoming. I don't know what our homecoming crowd attendance record is, but we should set it. You're 8-0, and if you take care of business, you're getting to host a conference championship game. I hope that we have a tremendous crowd. I know we'll have a great one, but why not? Let's set a record. Let's get everybody here and get behind us. It doesn't happen often that you get a chance to secure something on your home field advantage, right? Or on your home field and to secure home field advantage for a championship. So, but all year long, our players see it when we go play other places, and we have a phenomenal crowd, the best crowd in this conference, and it's a great home field advantage, and we're going to need it again.
All right, Coach. Thank you for your time.
Thank you all.